All right, everyone. Good morning. Happy Friday. Happy first Friday. It is a Port Pride Friday. And for our seventh graders, this is Port Center. It's our video announcements. They're being recorded. We put them in your Google Classroom. We put them on our website, things like that. Staff, we're going to figure out, is it better to do it right away in the morning, end of first period? We're going to figure out what's best to do our announcements. And also, just with the sound, is it better to do these daily? If you guys can hear me, I want your feedback on how this sounds and looks. I'm in the guidance office here, art office. They're still working on the internet in my office. So we got to work out a few logistics. But let's start with our pledge. If you could please rise. And we're going to stay standing for a moment of silence afterwards, students. There was a tragedy with the river here in Port Jervis, and some lives were lost. So we're going to stand for a moment afterwards. All right. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for a moment. There was a tragedy in Port Jervis. Again, some lives lost on the river, some drowning. So our thoughts and prayers go out to those families and all the first responders who, working on rescuing those folks and risking their own lives. So we'll pause for a moment. Secondly, this Sunday is 9/11. Students, certainly a historic time in our history, and something that the adults remember very vividly. There is a ceremony in Deer Park at 8:30 on Sunday morning. Many of our staff, our community does go to that to recognize and remember 9/11. And I know in your history classes, they'll be talking about that today and on Monday and such. So we do remember fondly our first responders and certainly all those who were impacted and lives lost. So you may be seated at this time. Okay, so it is a Port Pride Friday, students. This is our fourth day of school. Should be getting used to some routines, getting to where we need to be and where we need to go and what we need to do. Getting into your Google Classroom, sorting your work, your grades, your classes, all of that stuff. We know some of you still need Chromebooks. Our IT guys are working on that. If you didn't return, from last summer and you have it and it's home, you got to bring it in and get that sorted out. There was over 50 Chromebooks of middle school students that did not get returned or brought in. So IT is sorting through that. Students, it's a Port Pride Friday. We wear black and red on Fridays, represent our school, represent our Port Pride. So we'll be doing some giveaways with T-shirts and things like that, but black and red on Fridays to show your Port Pride. Sports have started. And many of you have practices and things like that. And many of you are starting on Monday. I know there's tryouts and things on Monday as well. Get sorted on Family ID. Connect with your coach about where and when those practices are. And again, our student athletes that are going down to the cafeteria after school, cleaning our area, doing our schoolwork, getting ready for practice, and then getting our belongings and getting going after school. All right. The announcements will be placed in your Google Classroom. Let me see if I can take a quick look here. We don't have those yet. So that I will end here. A shout out to all of our new teachers here. Who got through their first few days of school here, and our seventh graders, right? First few days of middle school. And thanks to everybody who has lent a helping hand to another student, another staff member. Have a great Friday, everyone. It is a B day, and go Port. That's right. 2 claps, Miss Walcott. 2 claps. Have a great day, everyone. Go Port.